All right. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to our uh, monthly workshop. It's great that everybody is here. Uh, Let me know in the comments where you guys are watching from. Let me make sure everybody is online here. We got Hindu is in the house. We got Lily. How's it going? Where are you guys watching from? Let me know in the comments before we get started here. We are live on a lot of different channels here. And where you watch on LinkedIn, etc. All right, let's see. We got Boris from Prague. How's it going? We got Puyan from Vegas. Oh my goodness, I'm glad I'm not there. It's probably like what 110 degrees there today. Good grief. We got Andy from London, Michael from UK, Marisol in San Diego, right here. So yeah, we got a lot better than Vegas, I think. We got Helosia from Florida. It's probably hot and humid over there. Where's everybody else at? Let me know, guys. We're gonna share this live really quick. All right, excellent. Let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna do our ask me anything at the end. So save questions about anything you guys have towards the end. But this is something we do every week in our Helium 10 Elite group and Serious Sellers Club group. But then once a month we open up the Ask Me Anything and training to everybody across the board. And so this month, I wanted to talk about new features that can help you as Amazon sellers. All right. So you guys would be shocked to know the number of new features and new tools we've launched since like last November. I was counting them. There's over 67 new features we have launched since November. But what I wanted to do today was I tried to pick the top 10 best ones that can help you immediately as Amazon sellers right now, just from what we launched this year. All right. But I couldn't keep it to 10. So we are going to go to 14. So this basically these are my top 14 new features just from this year in Helium 10 that I think can help you guys out and probably apply to the great majority of you. All right, like it's not just like only a few people can use this one or a couple of people can use this one. I think you guys will find benefit in a lot of these. So let me go ahead and share my screen, and I want to start going over these one by one here. These tools that can help. All right, so the number 14 on my list of top 14 things that help is, let me go ahead and pull it up here. Number 14 is now Helium 10 works for Brazil. All right. So we have a lot of marketplaces that Helium 10 works in. We have obviously Amazon USA, Walmart, Amazon Canada, Mexico, Germany, Spain, Italy, France, UK, India, Netherlands, Australia, Japan, United Arab Emirates, and now Brazil. So, why is this important though? Is what changed on Amazon is you guys know about the Amazon North American fulfillment. It used to be called North American remote fulfillment. Now it's just called remote fulfillment, I believe. But that allows you, if you're selling in Amazon USA, it allows you to be able to just click a button and then your listings go live and are translated for Mexico. And then also your listing goes live in Canada if it qualifies. Well, now last year or early this year, Amazon changed it where now if you are activate remote fulfillment, you have the option to sell on Amazon Brazil, which is an emerging marketplace in the Amazon ecosystem. So Helium 10 now works for Cerebro, Black Box, X-Ray, Magnet, Profits, whole bunch of tools. So for example, I entered in this cooler bag. My Portuguese is not great. That's what I'm assuming this is here. Into Cerebro. And as you can see, I get all these Portuguese keywords and some English keywords come up too of where this product is ranking. So guys, the first part of this it has nothing to do with Helium 10 is, hey, go in and check, do you qualify to go ahead and open up your listings for fulfillment in Brazil. Now, how it works is Amazon will ship from your Amazon FBA USA inventory to the Brazilian customers, and you're not having to pay any extra fees or anything like that. So, first of all, get your listings active over there, and then go ahead and use Cerebro, Magnet, etc., to maybe optimize your listings. Maybe if you don't like the translation, you might change the translation for the listings up a little bit using what Cerebro is telling you, and then obviously put it in the keyword tracker, etc. So that's number 14 on the list. Number 13 was a brand new tool that we launched. All right. So maybe some of you um, are doing multiple product research things at the same time, right? If you do multiple product research things at the same time, you might have trouble keeping track of all your projects. Like, hey, I'm searching this in the home and kitchen category, and I've got this one that looked like a good idea. I mean, you might have 10, 15. Well, now you can go ahead and organize all of them in Product Launchpad, which is a brand new, net new tool to Helium 10. Now, this Product Launchpad allows you to go ahead and start different projects. Like, here's one I had started a while back of coffin makeup shelves. And it gives me like aggregate numbers of what's going on in the coffin makeup shelf niche. What are the main keywords for these products? I can go ahead and add competitors to this. Like, hey, I want to start tracking this product and this product because they're part of the coffin makeup shelf, um, ecosystem, the niche, right? And then using AI, it's going to give me kind of like some summaries of what I have come up with in my product research. But the main part of this new tool is to just help you organize all of your projects so that you might want to not forget about what you had done and you might want to come back to it. Like maybe you decide to go forward with one project, like, hey, I'm going to make this coffin letterboard, but let me save that makeup shelf for later. Now you can go back to your projects and then also add products, add keywords to it, and then see if the AI has any other advice based on best practices on what the future of that niche is. So again, that's number 13, guys. Brand new tool that launched this year called Product Launchpad. All right. Next thing is the one. Or first of all, any questions from what we've gone for so far? How many people have used these features before? These two that I mentioned. How many have not? Let me know if those two new features, Amazon Brazil and Product Launchpad, has anybody not used those yet? All right, Boris didn't, Mohammed didn't. There's a time delay here. That's why I have to wait for you guys to answer. Marisol didn't. New did it. Martin has it. All right, so you guys learned two new things already. All right, can you believe we've got 12 left? All right, number 12 thing of something brand new is you can change your Amazon prices inside of Helium 10. I mean, this might be something you want to do because we've got Prime Day coming up, right? Like, let's say you're like, hey, you know what? I'm not doing a Prime exclusive discount, but I want to go ahead and change my prices and just drop everything 50 cents because my competitor did. Well, now on your dashboard, right? I think this might be for Diamond members and up. You can actually change your Amazon price for your products without going into Seller Central. So you just go to the listing section of the SKU, zoom in here. I'm going to zoom in and you can see all of these little price fields. You can actually change your Amazon price right here inside of Helium 10. All right. So real simple update right there. But, Prime Days going on right now. So maybe you want to go ahead and update some of your prices. And if you guys are watching this on the replay, there might be other reasons why you might want to raise or lower your price based on what your competitors are doing. So that's number 12 in the list of new updates. Number 11 is the relaunch of an older tool that we used to have, and now we relaunch. It's called Demand Analyzer. Let me give you a scenario here. Let's say you're searching for something on Alibaba, on whatever website, Etsy, I don't care what website you're on. Did you know that the Helium 10 Chrome extension will work on any website to let you know something that's going on Amazon based on what you input? For example, I was searching at these crazy Alibaba companies that were copying my images for my coffin shelf. And I was just curious, what other things are these people selling in their Alibaba Factory. And I went into this Alibaba Factory page and I went to this category of letterboards, right? So, for example, what can I do here? Maybe I didn't know there was a such thing as letterboards, right? So maybe I'm wondering, hey, is there demand on Amazon for letterboards? Well, maybe in the past you thought, oh, okay, now I have to go to Helium 10 X-ray and be on Amazon and search letterboards and see what the search volume is. Or I have to go into Helium 10 Cerebro or Magnet. And let me see what are the related keywords. What is the search volume? No, you can actually do that right from here. So, for example, I can hit this demand analyzer by hitting the Chrome extension. And what I can do is I can actually run it where let me reset my page here. There we go. I can actually run it where I can say, hey, is there demand for letterboard on Amazon? And then instantly I'm going to see, oh my goodness gracious, there is 16,000 search volume. Oh, you guys can't see this on my dang it, you guys can't see this on the the screen share here because it's not showing up. Oh man, hold on. Let me see if I can let me do something else here. Hold on. I forgot about this. The StreamYard doesn't show my screen properly. Hold on. Let me try this. Is this working? There we go. All right. So now I hit demand analyzer at the top of my screen, and now you can see, hey, this product has all this search volume. I can see what is the main products that are being sold for it, et cetera, et cetera. So super cool, guys, to be able to um, look at this Amazon data without actually having to go on Amazon. Now, on that page, if you can recall, there may be stuff I've never seen before. So I can see here, this is like a pumpkin letterboard, like, Halloween coming up. And then maybe I'm wondering right now, hey, is there any demand for pumpkin letterboards on Amazon? Well, let me go ahead and hit that. And then I'll type in here pumpkin letterboard. All right. And then analyze. Is anybody searching that? No. All right. I got to answer right away. It's something new and cool. But I see that there's an autocomplete says pumpkin 4 letterboards. All right. So maybe I might want to look into that more. Maybe what about this one? Hexagon letterboard. Hexagon shaped letterboard. Is anybody searching? Oh, okay. There's about 50 people searching a month. But you see what I'm talking about here? You guys can now go on other websites and get product ideas and instantly see what is going on Amazon for that. And so I highly, highly recommend doing that when you get inspiration or ideas from other websites. All right. So that was number 11 or number 11. Let's go to number 10. This is actually a newish thing that has been updated. And this is in X-ray. Do you ever think about how long should my title be? Now I know Helium 10 has scoring systems and stuff, but it's based on like overall best practices, right? As I've always trained you guys, I hope you guys follow the training videos. It's not one size fits all as far as what goes best for how long your title should be across the board in Amazon. I've always said, look at the niche theme. What are some of the main players in your niche doing on page one? Then hey, if everybody's got long titles, well, it looks like long titles actually are a good thing for this niche. Maybe you're in a niche where there's shorter titles that work better. All right. So now, how can you go ahead and figure that out? Well, you can go into X-ray. Let's see if this one is going to show up here. Go ahead and run X-ray on any page. Yep, this one's showing up. And then right here at the very top, you see you're going to have an average title character count. You guys see that there? Average title character count of the top 20 products on the page. And so you can see in collagen peptides, looks like most people have long titles because the average title character count is 167. I can put my mouse here and I can see, all right, well, of those top 20 products, what kind of distribution? I can see, wow, look at this. 65% of the top 20 products have titles between 180 and 200 characters, right? So I'm like, oh, wow, definitely long titles are working really well in collagen peptides. So if I'm going to start a collagen peptides product, let me go ahead and, maybe put my title at 190 characters or so. Now let's go to the flip side. Let's look at this one, accordion. All right. This is the accordion search term on Amazon and take a look here. What's the average title character char- character count? It's 110, way different than collagen peptides. Let's take a look at the distribution here. Look at that. Half of the listings on the top 20 have only between a 99 and 119 limit. All right. So almost nobody has longer titles. Most people have. So you see how it's different based on the keyword and based on the niche. So this is not new, this strategy of, hey, look at what kind of titles people have. But in the past, what did you have to do? You would just have to kind of like eyeball it, right? Hey, let me look. Looks like they have long titles, but how many characters would you really know? Now you can see the title character count of every single listing on page one to see what your competitors are doing and not. All right. I just added some new things. Tell me who has used and not used what I just talked about there. New things. I just talked about the changing your product prices in Helium 10, the demand analyzer when you're on Alibaba or other websites, and the X-ray title count. While you guys are answering that, I see a question here from Kim. She says, is there any delay when you change a price or add a negative keyword when you do it through Helium 10 versus direct? It should be near instantaneous. So like when I say instantaneous, it's just kind of like it is on Amazon. It takes like 10 minutes when you do it on Amazon. Takes similar when you do it on Helium 10. But how many people have been used these three? So now we've gone over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that are new this year of my top 14. Let's keep it going. Next one, we are now in the top 10. Number 9, I don't have a screenshot of because this is I don't sell in Europe, but Helium 10 inventory management historically only worked for Amazon USA. And this year we launched it now for Amazon Europe. And so there's still a lot that we're working on for there, like trying to integrate pan EU forms of FBA distribution and velocity. So guys, if you are in Europe, and please take a test drive of our Helium 10 inventory management. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't like so that we can tailor it to your needs. All right. So that's number 9. Number 8 is not actually a new tool, but a relaunch of a feature. You guys remember the Helium 10 Elite program we've had for years, but for over a year, it was fully closed. Like you could not get into Elite even if you wanted to, unless you were like a supercharge member. Like Elite is actually part of the supercharge program, but Elite as an add-on just couldn't do it for almost a year. Well, we relaunched it this year, and it has a lot of cool new features. So for anybody interested in like a one-on-one call with me, a one-on-one call with Carrie, uh, Elite members can do that once a month. Do you want to meet with other high-level sellers once a week on Zoom in roundtables that aren't recorded, so you can talk about anything and everything you want? That's available for Helium 10 Elite. Do you want to do quarterly workshops around the world and be able to learn from high-level speakers? We just finished one a few weeks ago in Spain. The next one is going to be right before Amazon Accelerate. So if you sign up for Elite, you get to go to that one. It's going to be Kevin King as a speaker and Destiny Wishon. We're going to have meals and networking and a lot of prizes and a lot of cool things and a lot of learning, obviously, from those two. It's going to be on September 16th is the next one that is going to be, like I said, in Seattle, and maybe another one later on this year in Milan, Italy. I'm not sure yet. But we've got those. We've got monthly trainings with Kevin King and expert guests online where you can ask them live questions and you can learn from like high level things that's not normally in like a podcast episode or something like that. You get exclusive first access to tools. As a matter of fact, if anybody's an Elite member watching this right now, make sure to stay to the end. I've got a brand new tool update for you guys that only Elite members have. It has to do with Keyword Tracker. So for the rest of you guys, I'm going to send you off to another link after this, Elite members. But Elite members get first access to a lot of our tools. So that just got all of that got updated, and then the new price, instead of being a separate Helium 10 plan like it was before, it is now just an add-on. So if you've got a diamond plan, you can just add on Elite for only $99 a month. All of that, what I just mentioned, only $99 a month, and a lot more. There's monthly Zoom calls with Kevin King. There's a private Facebook group. The list goes on and on. So, guys, I highly, highly recommend giving that a spin for a few months. Helium 10 Elite, if you've got the Diamond program, you can just add it on for only $99. All right, so that was the number 8 thing. Number 7 is an AI image generator. All right, AI image generator. This is living inside of Listing Builder. All right. So you go into Listing Builder, go into any of your listings, and then hit generate AI images. And then this is super cool because you just put, you upload like your maybe stock image of something or a white background or whatever. And then you put in your instructions of like, hey, I want to see this. Here's an example here. I want to see this product in a cozy, dim, and inviting home setting, resting on a table with various natural elements surrounding it. This is a candle, right? And you can see that this is all AI generated. What this came up with. I've done this with my coffin shelf listings a lot as well. And the cool thing about it is you can do this for different Amazon assets. Like for example, if you're doing a main image or a regular image on Amazon, what kind of dimensions should that be? It's a square, right? You should probably have it 1600 by 1600 at the minimum, or you can actually do a custom size. Like for whatever reason, you have some custom image that you want to put on your website or something, you can put the custom size. Let's say you want to do something for Amazon Post. Amazon Post should be 640 by 640. There is a preset for that. What if it's an A plus logo image? That's actually a banner size image, or it's 600 by 180. You can go ahead and have the AI create an image based on your regular image, but now it's made for Amazon A plus content. And the list goes on and on of different sizes and different things you can have. So I like using it for the Amazon Post, especially since in Listing Builder we have an Amazon Post caption generator. So as you know, for Amazon Post, you should be doing one per day for each of your products. Well, maybe you didn't take 365 images of your product, uh, when you did a photo shoot. So how are you going to do 365 different images in a year? The answer is with Helium 10's AI. You can go ahead and create 365 versions of a certain image. And then who wants to write 365 different captions that relate to that image? Nobody wants to do that, I hope, right? So again, you can use Listing Builder AI and it will go ahead and generate as many captions for your product as you want. So now Amazon, it's kind of like Amazon Post made easy. So that's another cool feature that Helium 10 released this year. That's number 7. All right. Now we're getting into the top 6. Okay. So top 6 for new features of 2024 for Helium 10 is Freedom Ticket. All right. So Freedom Ticket is the number 1 course for Amazon sellers out there. And a lot of you who are watching this, maybe you're already Amazon sellers. That's fine. Uh, it's a great refresher course, or you could share it with your teams. A lot of bigger Amazon companies use the Freedom Ticket course to onboard their new employees, to train them on the Amazon. It's not just, oh, here's how you do Seller Central and stuff. It's like explaining the concepts behind Amazon. We've got tons and tons of modules here. There's about 20, 30 hours of training that we have in the Freedom Ticket, and we're constantly updating it. That's a new update too. This is version 4.0. We've made 3 versions before from 2017 up until 2021, 2022. And now this is version 4.0, just filmed this year in 2024. And every month we're actually adding with a live workshop a new module so that you're always guaranteed to have the best information in 2024. Um, for example, some of the things that we just did a couple weeks ago, we had a virtual workshop on how to set up TikTok Shop. That's all the rage these days, TikTok Shop, right? In a couple of weeks, we're going to be talking about advanced brand building. All right. So all of that is going down inside the Freedom Ticket program. Huge. It takes a lot of work, guys, to make an entire A to Z Amazon course, and a lot of work, a lot of money. And so that's a big update that we have. Freedom Ticket 4.0, platinum members have access to it. Diamond members, obviously elite members, all of you guys have access to Freedom Ticket 4.0. So make sure to take a look at that. So that is number 6. All right. Now, number 5 is another one that is going back to the Chrome extension. Now, this is pretty cool. Let me show you guys what you can do here now. And that is, let's say, let's go ahead and I ran Coffin Shelf. There's a couple of things that this is going to be an update on. So let me go ahead and show you. The first thing is if you're in the search results of a page. All right. So if I'm in the search results of a page, I can now see the different placements of the PPC. For example, sponsored brand ads. Maybe there's some sponsored display on the end. Now all of that is going to show up here in line. Before, only sponsored product was showing up. But look at this. You see these little widgets here that say SB? Well, those are the 3 sponsored brand ads that showed up on the top header. What about sponsored video? That's going to show up here. Sponsored product is also going to show up over here. If so, does something have Amazon's choice? We'll show that over here. So be looking at that. You can see all the start tracking all the different placements on the page for sponsored ads. All right. Now, what about if you're on a product page itself? Let's go like maybe your own product page. Like, hey, I want to know what listings on Amazon are advertising on my page, right? Because there's sponsored display ads here. There's going to be this sponsored brand section. There is your favorite brands that comes up at the, or not favorite brands, but like similar brands on Amazon shows up on the very bottom. All these things are ads running on your page, and you want to start tracking. Say, hey, who is showing up on my page, right? Well, now you can do that by hitting the Chrome extension, going into X-Ray, and it's going to go ahead and pull up. Now this page is still loading because there's so many ads on my page. Here you go. I'm going to go ahead and run X-Ray here. And let's see how many products are advertising on my coffin shelf page. Shame on them. Trying to steal my sales. Goodness gracious. All right. Look at all these ads. So all the different variations are going to show up here. All the different ads. This is the similar brands on Amazon. Here's sponsored product. There's going to be sponsored display. So now you can start tracking. I could just download this with one click, export this to export it to an Excel file, and now start tracking daily or maybe weekly. Hey, who is bidding for placements on my page? And maybe you want to target them right back, right? Or maybe track who are the ones that stay there the longest. And hey, those guys might be having success stealing a couple of my sales. Well, I got to figure out what they're doing that's working, right? All right. So that is something that again is available for all plans. I think super, super cool. That's why I had it in the top 5 of new features. All right. Now we are, like I said, in the top 5. Let's keep it going. All right. First of all, same question again. I just talked about 3 new things. How many people have knew about those things? All right. Inventory management for Europe, the X-ray title characters. How many characters are in the title? The Helium 10 Elite new program, an AI image generator, Freedom Ticket. I bet you a lot of you have used Freedom Ticket, but how many people have used those and who have not? And meantime, there's a question here. I got Boris says, is this a snapshot or does it give you a timeline? Snapshot. We're working on maybe, potentially bringing that into, Black Box or another tool where you can see a timeline, just like in Black Box product targeting, you actually have a timeline and a history of what are the products that showed up and frequently bought together. Well, if you guys think it would be interesting, we could perhaps give a timeline of the ones that are also showing up on the page inside of Black Box. Let's see. Kim has used the AI image generator. Boris hasn't had a time to catch up. Yeah, we're just launching stuff left and right, right? Okay, so now we are in the top 4. All right, now this next one I didn't have prepared my screen here, so I'm gonna have to do this on the fly. But basically, it's hard to put this number 4. I mean, to me, this is game changing. Let me ask you guys. I hope that part of your kind of like, I guess the word I'm looking for is SOP for Amazon is to create or to run Cerebro on your product versus your competitor's product, maybe once a week, maybe once a month or whatever. And the point is, when you're running that over and over again, it's like, hey, you just want to make sure, are your competitors not getting sales from keywords that you're not getting sales from? Like maybe they discovered a new keyword that they're ranking highly for that you're not ranking at all, right? So obviously we've always told you, hey, you should be running Cerebro every now and then. Now that's all fine and good if you've got one product, right? You got one product, 5 competitors, we're all good to go, right? But what about those of you who've got 10 products and having to run Cerebro on those 10 products and your 50 competitors? What if you've got 100 products, right? That's a very tedious process. That's almost a full-time job for somebody, but you still got to do it because you got to make sure that you're keeping up with the Joneses, right? Make sure that you're keeping up with all their keywords. Well, you can now automate that with Helium 10. All right. So this is the number 4 coolest new feature that we've launched in 2024 is kind of like the automation of Cerebro. And where that is in your dashboard. I believe this is for the diamond plan only so far. The first step is you have to make sure that your um, main keywords or your main competitors you're tracking. All right. So, how you can do that, let me just show you. You go in, make sure that you have your child level set up in your, or you're on your child level um, category here in your dashboard. And then, for example, you just hit expand right here, which is the arrow right next to there, and then hit competitors. Now, make sure you have got your main competitors right here. All right. These are your main competitors. And now, once you do that, you can actually not only, first of all, this is not even, this was another new feature, but I didn't even add it. It didn't even make my top 14 list. But you're going to be able to get notifications on, hey, is my competitor changing their price? Is my competitor changing the number of variations they have? Are they running a coupon? Or did they take off a coupon? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You're going to get notifications on that. But the cool thing that this one is, this is why it's number 4, is I'm going to automate the Cerebro. So how I do that is I go into the competitors tab, or not the competitors tab, actually the insights tab. Hold on. My computer is super slow. Meanwhile, while my computer is loading, um, Kim asks, is there any way to tell if a competitor is clicking on your ad on their page? No, like Amazon doesn't let you know who is clicking on it. But if you're tracking your clicks and it's kind of steady and all of a sudden there's this huge spike, well, you can maybe figure that it could be a competitor. But Amazon actually has things in place where they can detect erroneous clicks or spam clicks and they credit you back for that. That's what Amazon says they do. All right, back to what I was showing you guys. You go to insights, and then I am going to create a new insight, and it is going to be a keyword insight, keyword suggestions based on my competitors. And then once I hit that, I go here, and these at the very bottom, are the settings that I could do. I could do a specific product, or I could do it across the board for all of my products. I can say, hey, it's basically a mini Cerebro. I can say, hey, I want to look at keywords that are at least 500 search volume, 400, 300, whatever you want. And then where my product rank is. All right. So for this one, I would do 2 different insights, guys. This is how I have it set up. I would do one insight where it says where my product's rank is 0 minimum, 0 maximum. What that means is I'm not ranking at all in the top 7 pages. Right. And then the number of competitors ranking for the keyword is minimum 1, and they are ranked, let's say, between 1 and 40. So what does that mean? What does that gibberish I guess that means? That basically says, hey, Helium 10, run Cerebro on my product and my competitors every day, every week, whatever, and look for any keyword that's at least 500 search volume where I'm not ranked at all, but my competitors are ranking on page 1. Boom goes the dynamite. You're getting a notification whenever your competitors are getting sales for a new keyword. That's basically in a nutshell what that is. Another one that I would do is I would say where my product's rank is between, let's say, 50 and 306, and my competitor's product rank is between 1 and 40. What does that mean? That means, hey, I'm ranking for this keyword, but I'm on like page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but my competitor is on page 1. Don't you think that's a valuable keyword to know about? This, guys, I could have spent this whole show talking about how valuable that is. All right. That right there is enough for diamond package by itself, just because of the time it saves. Now, if you're a platinum member and you're wondering, is that worth it for you? And you've only got one product, I'm no salesman, guys, but let me just tell you, no, it's not worth it. Don't upgrade to diamond just to get this feature because you're lazy. All right. And if you're lazy, go ahead. And you're proud to admit you're lazy, and you need Helium 10's help to help with a 30-minute job once a week or a 20-minute job. Go ahead and admit it, and we'll be glad to take your money as a diamond member. But as a realist, guys, don't do that. But if you got 5 products, we're not talking about a $30 30 minute job anymore. Now we're talking about a 3-hour job. What if you got 20 products? Now we're talking about an 8 hours a week job that Helium 10 can automate with the click of a button. So now you can see why, like how beneficial it is to have Diamond Plan based on how many products you have. This is when you're going to need that. All right. So that's pretty cool. That is the number 4 new feature from Helium 10. Now, uh, here is another, in my opinion, game changer. Now we're in the top 3. Okay. The top 3 of new things. And let me just show you. This is like super, super cool. Um, I want everybody to do it right now. Like if you guys are on your computer and you have the Helium 10 Chrome extension installed, um, search for any keyword. Search for any keyword. All right. And this is super, super cool. And this is only if you have brand registry. All right. So hopefully you guys have brand registry, right? But basically, anybody see what's the new thing right here? It's linking brand analytics to the Chrome extension. So now you can see for last week, what were the top 3 products clicked on that had the most clicks out of any product for this keyword after somebody searched for this keyword. What were the 3 products that were clicked on most? This is not some Helium 10 algorithm or estimation. This is literally direct from Amazon. All right. And so you can see here, it's going to say ABA most click number 1, ABA most click number 2, and ABA most click number 3. Now, the thing that is also beneficial is don't always think that just because it's the number 1 most clicked product that it's going to have the most conversions or sales. Like watch what happens when I put my mouse over the number 1 clicked coffin shelf. It says CVR 0%. What does that mean? That means that's not conversion rate. That's percentage of the conversion. So actually last week, the most clicked product of coffin shelves got 0 orders. So now all of a sudden that maybe have my creative juices flowing. I'm like, why are people clicking on this? Maybe they think it's interesting, this product, but then what's wrong with the product page that nobody's buying it? And then I go to the second one and put my mouse over. All right. This product was the number 2 most clicked, but it had 20%. I don't know if you guys can see that there. It had 20% of the sales for this keyword. So actually, the number 2 guy is the one I got to worry about. I'm like, man, this guy got 20% of the sales. Right. So this, guys, I hope changes the way that you look at search results. It's not just about who's ranked at the top 1 or 2 or 3. Now, I know in this situation, actually, hold on. Look at this. Is the number 1 most clicked product the number 1 organic position? No, it's not. This is a sponsored placement. Where is this product showing up? This product is 1, 2, 3, 4. The number 1 click product was the 5th sponsored or the 5th organic position. So you can just get so much knowledge and ideas about what's going on in the niche just by looking at these search results that maybe you didn't have before. Okay, so really, really cool, guys. Whenever you're searching on Amazon, take a look for those blue bars that say ABA most click 1, ABA most click 2, and you'll be able to see that. Now, Mark says, is this the most click feature only on .com? Because I don't see it on .ca. I'm not sure. Let me just look at it. It might be only on .com. Send a message to customer support. That's a good question, Mark. Let me search like a large search thing in Canada. Let's look for collagen or something like that. But that's an excellent question. It's not going to show up if it's not in brand analytics. So like you could probably search some gibberish keywords, but if it's not in brand analytics, it might not show up there. So that's something to consider. But yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to show up in UK, Canada, and others. But when in US for sure, and if it's not, make sure to send a message to Helium 10 support. Say, hey, no, I see it right here in Canada. All right. So I'm looking, it's got to be a keyword like in the top, one of the, I would say a keyword that's got at least 500 search volume. It should show up. Like I'm here searching on Amazon.Canada collagen, and I can see clearly here's ABA most click 1 and 2 and things like that. Now, where it might not show up is if you don't have your Helium 10 account connected to Amazon, because you have to have your Helium 10 account connected to Amazon because we have to make sure you've got brand registry. That's Amazon terms of service. We can't show this data to anybody who doesn't have brand registry. So as long as you have your Amazon account connected to Helium 10 and you have brand registry, you absolutely should have this even in the different marketplaces. All right. So that's the way you can know if you have access to it. All right. So now we are at number 2. And number 2 is something that might have just saved me $6,000. That's why I put this as the number 2 new feature. Now, here in the Project X account, I don't have it because not every account is going to have it. But what Helium 10 is doing is we are monitoring all of your products. And if we notice you have got a product that is at the border of one of the Amazon size tiers. And what are Amazon size tiers? That's like standard size, large standard size, standard oversized, bulky oversized, all those things, right? If you are within 1 inch of one side of changing that, all right, if you're within 1 inch of one side, basically what's going to happen is we're going to send you an alert and say, hey, did you know that for blankety blank product, if you just decrease the length by 1 inch, you are going to go from large standard size to standard size? I got one of these notifications in one of my accounts, guys. And that 1 inch, can you guys guess how much per unit I would save? And Helium 10 showed me $2.75. That's the difference to go from large standard size to standard size or whatever it was. $2.75 per unit. Now, do that math, guys. Let's say you are selling 10 units a day of this product, all right? That means that every day, like let's say the next time you do a production run and somehow you're able to lessen the size of the package by 1 inch, that means every day, if I do this, which I am going to do, I am going to do it on my next product. When I reorder this product, I'm absolutely doing this. I could save $27 a day just with that 1 inch savings. Now, times that by a full year, that is $3,650 I'm saving just by changing my package. And I never would have known that unless Helium 10 told me. So that's what you guys should do, guys, is go into your alerts. This is platinum. This is diamond. Doesn't matter what account you have. This is number 2 because this brings you like ridiculous amounts of money. Go to your alerts page and look at the very top left where it says overview. Everybody do that right now. And you guys tell me if you have anything. I hope that nobody has it here. Like it actually kind of hurts to know that I've been wasting money for this long. Very few people are right there on the border of within 1 inch. But like I said, my other account absolutely had it. Take a look under overview, right under where it says buy box. If it has size tier optimization alert, you're going to see it right down here in this section. All right. So take a look. Everybody who's listening to this podcast, everybody who's watching this live right now, watching this on YouTube, pause this, go to your alerts page, or you can't pause it. Those of you watching it live, obviously. Go to your alerts page and see if you have one. And it's going to be a game changer for you guys. Like that's probably the most valuable alert we've come up with in years. All right. So now we have come to the number 1 new tool or feature alert that Helium 10 has created. And that is the listing builder scoring system. Okay. So this is something that people have been asking us for years. And I've kind of wanted Helium 10 to do ever since I was doing SEO tools for the blogs when I used to write blogs for Helium 10 years ago, where we had a scoring system where it says based on where I use my keywords, right? And based on how many times I have it and what's the relevancy to the niche, what kind of impact it's going to have on your score, right? And that really, the higher the score, theoretically, usually, it's not 100%. Nobody knows the Amazon algorithm 100%, but it's going to give you a better chance to rank. It's going to give you a better chance to get sales. So, for example, I just create a full listing inside of Listing Builder for a brand new product. I haven't even launched yet. I create it in Listing, but I actually use the AI to help me create it. But now I put all of the phrases in Helium 10 Listing Builder, and I can see based on the competitor performance score. This is nothing new. This is actually the same score that you have in Cerebro. It's the last column in Cerebro. But once you put your competitors, now I can see, hey, which are the most important keywords for my niche that my competitors are getting. Excuse me. Which are the most important keywords for my niche that my competitors are getting sales from, right? And then I can see, oh shoot, I already dropped off. I was number one a few days ago when I created this listing, but now I can see my score is 194,000, and the number one in my niche is 198,000. So I still have to maybe tweak my listing a little bit more to try and up my score. I could see what all my root keywords are. You've always been able to do that in Listing Builder, where we show you the one word roots. Now we can show you the 2-word roots that are showing up, the 3-word roots, and more. Okay. Take a look down here. I can actually go to my keyword performance score and see what's going into the score. I can open up competitor comparison and take a look. All right, how do people have these keywords, phrases in their listings? Like, for example, let's look at the most important keywords, which is sorting it by competitor performance score. And I can see here is a keyword that most people, it's actually the most important: coffin letterboard, without using um without a space between letter and board. And I can actually see, wow, this product doesn't even have it in their title. They've only got it as a phrase form in their bullets. This coffin letterboard doesn't have it anywhere in their listing. So maybe this is an opportunity. Most of these competitors don't have it. Only 2 competitors have coffin letterboard in their title. So there's an option. This is obviously not an important keyword to my niche. That's why the score is low, but coffin cooler. If I look here, not one of my competitors has coffin cooler in their listing in exact form. So now with just in seconds, I get insight into, wow, if I put coffin cooler in phrase form, I'm going to be way more relevant to Amazon algorithm compared to my competitors. I can just see that at a glance. What if I want to see, like, hey, what about how am I doing on certain root phrases? Like, how about words in my listing that have coffin? Wow, there's 27 words that were important to my niche that have the word coffin in it. How do I have it distributed? Oh, wow, look at all these keywords I don't have anywhere in my listing at all. Maybe I need to put it into my description. I need to put it in my bullet points. I mean, the list goes on, guys. This listing builder scoring system is something the team worked on for months. I worked on the scoring part also for months. I created like over 100 listings, and I tested micro changes to make sure, hey, is this scoring system based on what actually moves the needle for Amazon ranking? If I just put one keyword in a different place, is that going to obviously, or is that going to instantaneously bring me to page one and get me $1 billion of the sales? No, probably not. But these little micro changes, these are the things that give you a leg up on the competition that they're probably not doing unless they're using Helium 10 to really see how they can optimize their listing for the Amazon algorithm. And I've been testing this. Like I told you, I'm launching 4 new products the last few weeks. All of this worked, guys. Like, I'm just crushing my launches, getting to page one for all of my main keywords thanks to this. All right, guys. Any questions? We got about 5 minutes left here for any questions that you guys have on any of these. But that was the top 14 things that Helium 10 has launched that is going to help you level up on in the Amazon world. Let's take a look here. David says, what steps and videos would you recommend for somebody just entering selling on Amazon that's access to a factory and resources that wants to understand why my competitors are selling more or less than me to improve my own page? Well, I would assume, David, that you've already gone through the basics in Freedom Ticket. If not, you should definitely go through Freedom Ticket, even though you're already selling. Still valuable information there. But what I would do is go into Cerebro and hit the Learn button in Cerebro, and follow those videos. There's specific videos that talk about how your competitors are ranking for different keywords than you. And there's also, I would also look at the videos in Listing Builder. What I just showed you, look at the Learn button videos in Listing Builder, especially the ones that have to do with your competitors. These features here are kind of only for Diamond that I showed. So I'm assuming you've got a Diamond account, David. If so, look at the Learn button there at the Listing Builder videos, and you'll be able to really get some benefit from there, David. Kim says, do you find ads for remote cross-border sales perform well, given the buyer has to pay more than for in-country? I actually don't run too much PPC on the. I'm assuming you're talking about that remote fulfillment, about how you can run ads in Brazil or Canada or Mexico. I actually am just fine with just getting organic sales, and I get It's nothing big, like maybe 5% of my US sales or something like that. But I just have it running because it literally runs itself. I don't have to do anything. Now, could I increase my sales by doing more ads? I probably would if I was making Amazon for a profit. But almost all of my Amazon businesses these days is just to put food on the table for, or to put give my kids a salary so they can put food on their own table, and also for Helium 10. I don't get any of the profits from that. So if I was really trying to run a profitable Amazon business, I probably would run a few ads on my main keywords for the foreign marketplaces. But where you really get the benefit is if you have inventory in those foreign marketplaces, right? Because now it's 1 and 2 day shipping for them. Like when you use this remote fulfillment that I'm talking about, it could take 5-6 days. To Brazil, it takes like 20 days. So your conversion is not going to be that great compared to US because they're going to see shipping time that takes a long time. So that's just something to keep in mind. Uh, New says, I'm working on my first product and unsure if my target selling price is profitable. The H10 profitability calculator provides estimates. I've noticed discrepancies between the fulfillment fees. There should be no discrepancy. The fulfillment fee is taken directly from Amazon. So if you ever notice any discrepancy, make sure to screenshot and show it to Helium 10 support, because we are literally pulling that directly from Amazon. But as far as what fee or what profit you should think about, I mean, what are your competitors doing for retail price? If you're wondering what you should have as a retail price, what are the features? Like, are you fixing things that people are upset about with? That could be a reason how you could potentially, um, how you could potentially, um, ask for more money, right? At a higher price point if you have better features than your competitors. There's a lot of things that you have to keep in mind when you think about that. Mark says, what am I looking for on the alerts page for the size notification? So when you're on the alerts page, Mark, go to the very top left of alerts. All right. And then it should look like this, where it says overview, monitoring slots, monitored products, buy box. And then if you don't have any alerts, that means you're good. You're not wasting money. But if you do, there's going to be another line of text under buy box that says um, size tier notification or something like that. I don't know what it says, but it doesn't matter what it says. It's literally, if you have words underneath these happy faces where it says buy box, that means that's it. That's what you're looking for. If it's blank, that means you're good. You don't have anything that you need to optimize your size on. New says, are there any additional fees I should consider beyond landing costs, referral fees, fulfillment fees, storage fees, inbound placement fees, and return fees? Well, I mean, obviously, if you're considering your landed cost, to already include the shipping, it's already including any kind of import duties and taxes, anything that happened on the China side or wherever you're manufacturing your products. As long as all that's included, yeah, that's pretty much the main things to be thinking about. Your PPC, inbound placement fees, return fees. Obviously, if you're doing outside traffic, if you're spending for influencer marketing, that would be something to consider, or you're giving away products to bloggers, or people that you want to look at your product, or to TikTok influencers or things like that. Those all should be considered as well. But you've got like 98% of it listed right there, new. Kim says, can you show me again how to check your listing keyword score against competitors in Listing Builder? Okay, so if you're in Listing Builder, the first step you can do, if you've got the diamond plan, obviously you have to put all your main keywords here. All right, so I mean, I'm sure if you're either tracking keywords in Keyword Tracker, or you did research in Cerebro, I guarantee you have a keyword list somewhere. Drop all those keywords into here, 10, 50, 100, 200 phrases, whatever you think are relevant, and then go under here at the bottom under keyword performance rank, hit that, and make sure to add the competitors. There's a button that says, hide your comment, add competitors. Once you add your competitors, based on these competitors, and then based on your keywords that you identified as the main keywords, it's going to instantly give you a score for your product and their products. All right, guys, thank you so much for this. Um, I hope that these 14 things that we have launched are going to help you out. I think a lot of you didn't know about most of them. How many of you out there didn't know about at least 10 of those? How many didn't know about 10 out of those 14 and you just learned about it today? We've probably had it for months. These were all launched sometime in the last since January, I should say. Um, Start using them, guys. Start using them. And remember, I said this is only the best of the best. We actually launched over 50 different features. And I know it's overwhelming sometimes to think about all of them. And that's why I don't think you need to know every single of the item of the 50 that we've launched. These are the top 14. How can you keep up to date with what Helium 10 is launching every week? Guys, every week we have the Helium 10 Weekly Buzz that launches as a podcast and it also launches on our YouTube channel. And if we ever have a new feature, it is going to come up at the end of that video. We just had Weekly Buzz on Friday. We launched that. Was it the title character count? There was something that we launched last week in the Weekly Buzz. Two things. All right. So go make sure you're subscribed to Helium 10 YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to Serious Sellers Podcast on your Spotify or Apple Podcast app. And now you will know when we launch these new things. So you don't have to wait for me to do this kind of episode once every 6 months or once a year to find out what are the new features that Helium 10 has done. So Kim says, hey, I didn't know about quite a few. Martin says, I didn't know about 10 out of the 14. He said, me there. Awesome. Mark, the other Mark says, is there a replay link? So whatever you're watching this on now, Mark, wait about 30 minutes and just refresh the link. Go to the same page. You'll be able to catch this replay there. And it'll also be on the podcast next week. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Hope this was helpful. Those of you who are Helium 10 Elite members and those of you who are Serious Sellers Club members, you get this every week. So make sure to tune in next week. If you're an Elite member and you're not getting the invites for these calls, let customer support know. And for the rest of you who are Platinum Diamond members, you are going to get access to this monthly call next sometime in August. So we'll do another one of these sometime in August with a new training tip and a new Ask Me Anything. Thank you guys so much and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye now.